Hello my friends, welcome back to the garden. Here's my radishes. I know it's nothing too special, but for me, I've been planting radish for years and always get them bolting or eaten by bugs or something. I never actually get radishes, but here already I've got quite a few, so pretty happy with that. But yeah, everything is turning all nice and green. Had a lot of rain all through May. It's been cold and rainy with real nice days in between. So yeah, I'm just a few days past the last frost. It was frost the other night in some areas, not in mine. But gotta get lots of work done now. All the rain we got, everything just exploded. Everything's turned green. You'll have to excuse the traffic today. It's Sunday, and I live by a lake, and lots of people drive out here on the weekends, I guess, in summer especially. So yeah, everything's coming up. My corn hasn't come up yet. That bed there's my corn. My carrots are up, along with a bunch of weeds there. Here's some Swiss chard coming up. I'm going to plant some more today. Yeah, what I'm doing out here today is just I got the lawnmower. You can see all the rain. Wasn't able to mow. Now I got tall grass and tons of dandelion. The dog seems to want to help me. It's found the potatoes. So yeah, I'm going to plant some potatoes here. I got red Viking potatoes. Stuck through the bag, growing in the bag. Without damaging it too much. Make these bags and mesh so stuff can grow through. Yeah. Now you can cut these down if they're firm. These ones are kind of soft, so I'm not going to cut at them. Dog will probably try eating them or something. If they're still firm, go ahead and cut them down. If you're planting outside, you're letting things sit. Don't do what I just did and put in the sun. But yeah, I had to dig up this bed. It was overgrown with weeds. It's one of my experimental beds. This was just my native topsoil and leaf and grass compost. There's a little bit of biochar leaked in there through potted plants and such. There's my rhubarb. That's actually growing pretty good. Yeah, so I got a bunch of weeding to do, which is fine. I make fertilizer out of the weeds. I'm processing my biochar. Just shoveling it up, putting it through this screen. Stuff that doesn't fit through the screen, smashed with the hammer, and then put back through the screen. So this is my soil amendment. I don't buy anything or bring anything in. Simply make biochar. Yeah, what else is there? Just the peas are coming up, so I'm going to put in some trellising, remove these bamboo things I got sitting there, those loop things. It's not very effective, it's stupid. The pond with the filter I installed, again using charcoal from the biochar. I have a lid on it because all this white floaty shit, white floaty stuff. So yeah, so I've been going about a week, and it's cleared up the water very nicely. I don't know how well you can see with the light. Yeah, I'm gonna plant some potatoes. So potatoes in Alberta. Well, Alberta soil has bacteria in it that in alkaline conditions will cause scabbing on your potatoes. So what I use is sulfur. This is Elemental Sulfur. It's like pellets. There's also this product. This gardener should be familiar with. This is a great fungicide, miticide. It will prevent scab also, but as you can see here, it's a couple of years old too, so it'll probably cost more now. And this is Canadian money, so take that with a grain of sulfur. But the this 2 kilograms is less expensive, and this is 300 grams. So I mean, this is 1/6 of this less, and probably $2 or $3 more. But they both work. You can coat your potato seedlings with this. It's a dust. I keep that for, well, it says on here, right? Controls powdery mildew, rust. Controls powdery mildew, rust, black spot, scab, and mites on vegetables, fruits, and flowers. So you can apply it. It's good for your roses and such. But this you can add right in the soil. And what this is going to do is lower the pH, increase the acidity, and prevent the bacteria that causes scab on the potatoes from, thriving and making scabs on your potatoes. You won't kill the bacteria; it'll always be there, but this will inhibit its life cycle. Like it won't reproduce. It won't flourish in the environment you create. And it's temporary too. You're not going to permanently change your soil's pH with sulfur. It will wash through the soil with the rain and such. That's why it's good to get the pellets, because it's slow release. But yeah, I'm just going to plant in here. I had to dig up all the weeds and everything out of here, so I left some of the dirt pulled back. But it's very warm, and if it doesn't rain the next few days, I don't want my rhubarb drying out too much. I tried to get as close as I could to get the weeds out. This rhubarb's doing really well, so screw that up. This bed, on the other hand, is not doing that great. It needs to be replaced, but not this summer, since season's already started. Let's get some potatoes in the ground and use this for something. Alright, since I have the dirt pulled back anyways, I just tossed potatoes in there. I want them about a foot apart. And 6 to 8 inches deep at least. Put them a foot deep, I think is fine. You can always mound them up as you go, as they grow. Yeah, so just toss it in there. I'm not using the dust, I'm just using the pellets. I'd say about a tablespoon maybe. Around each one. And you can also mix some with the soil that you put over top. So it's as simple as that. Put a backfill onto it. Alright, so you get the idea. We'll simple to plant potatoes. Usually you don't need to dig up the whole bed just to plant. I was picking out all the weeds, and it was just easier to dig it up. I left this bed fallow last year, so all the grass took it over and had to be dug up, taken out by the roots. Yeah. So I'm going to continue along back filling this in and put you on a different angle here. Yeah, like I said, maybe somewhere between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. There are directions on the bag and you can measure things out precisely. Simple as that. It should help inhibit bacteria and prevent some of the scabbing. Very bad here. First few years I grew potatoes, I didn't know what was going on. Potatoes all look like they, I would never do this, never step in the bed. I just didn't want to come around with the camera rolling. Pull up grass root. Yeah, I'm just going to bury these back in here. To it. And the first time I grew potatoes, dug them up, I was so excited, and then they were all covered in nasty scabs, like the potatoes had herpes or what was going on with it. But yeah, it's caused by bacteria that lives in the soil. So all these rotate the potatoes and all that. Don't grow them in the same bed 2 years in a row, and it doesn't really matter because the problem, the source of your problem is the bacteria, and that's found in all the soil, at least here in Alberta. I don't know how far it extends or what areas are affected by such things, but definitely affects people here. Yeah, that's all there is to it. We got a couple more to plant here. I'll work on I'll just rake the bed. I'm going to mulch it also to retain moisture. Just because we had lots of rain so far doesn't mean that's going to continue. They had predicted drought this year, so yeah. Might as well finish what I'm doing on the camera, right? The easy way to do this, you can just put the as far down as you want, and then push it forward. You can simply push it back with the shovel, drop it in, through a teaspoon, tablespoon of granulated sulfur, elemental sulfur. Get out of there! I wasn't yelling at you guys, a dog sticking its nose in the sulfur. Alright, and then just work it in just with the shovel, hands free if you want. I got stuck in the hugelkultur. But yeah, simple as that. Cover it back over. On to the next one. Okay, put your shovel in as far as you want it to go. Make yourself some space. Toss the. Right, it should. If you're not distracted by a dog. Right. As easy as that. Alright, so I'll grab a container and show you that too. Alright, when growing potatoes in containers, I wouldn't recommend anything smaller than an 8-gallon container. The larger the container, the better. They need room to grow. So this is only a 5-gallon container. Yeah, it's not the best thing, but you know, a small. You have small ones left over. I have a few left over, and this was sitting there with some dirt in it. So the idea is going to be the same. Just if you're doing it at home, use a larger container than I'm using in this video. But when planting in the container, you can put the potato right to the bottom of the container. Now, I don't like to put too much compost or anything. Whoops. So yeah, the dog distracted me, sorry. Get it right to as close to the bottom as you can. Again, add sulfur, because this bacteria is in all the dirt everywhere. Now what I'm going to have to do here is just add in some more soil. But that's all there is to it. Very easy. Once the plants start growing, you can mound them up if you want, add more soil. Or that would be the time to add mulch. If you add too much compost in with the where the potato is growing, I found that they don't do so well. And also with the composting action going on, always trying to go towards a neutral pH. Doesn't help with the sulfur and all that either. So just straight dirt is what I use, and works pretty good. But like I said, use a larger container. But yeah, that's all there is to it. Now I'm just going to level this dirt, add some mulch to keep the moisture in and the cats out of it, and that'll be that. Alright, now I'm going to plant some marigolds. These are supposed to repel insects you don't like, and you know, they're flowered, they look nice. Yeah, these are real easy. I was going to need some water, something to make a shallow trench with. So with these, I'm just going to plant them in a straight line. Once they're, you know, 2, maybe 3 inches tall, you can dig them up and transplant them and put them wherever you want. So I'm just going to start mine here in the end of this bed. And as they grow, I will transplant them throughout the garden. Into the corners of beds and such is popular. They don't take up much room, and like I said, are supposedly good for keeping pests away. Okay, you don't want these too deep. I think maybe 1/4 of an inch. Something also too. I don't know how well I get these in the camera, but the darker, the blacker the black part of them are, the healthier the seed stock. If they're light gray, they're probably not going to germinate well. But yeah, you can just, I like doing things in lines so that when they grow, I can distinguish them between them and weeds. So I'm not pulling up the stuff I want or letting weeds grow. But they're real easy to plant. I may not have them in a perfect line or whatever, but close enough will help you, especially when you're a new gardener. You don't know what the little plants are supposed to look like. So when stuff starts sprouting, it can be very confusing as to what is a plant you want and which ones you pull. I'm sure we've all pulled some of the ones we wanted. Yeah, I've been told by several people just to sprinkle these on top of the soil and loosen it around. I just like to have it in lines. So, yeah, I think no more than 1/4 of an inch deep. Now this soil is very dry also. I didn't water it before. I don't know what the dog's into there. But yeah, so no more than 1/4 inch deep. Make sure there's a little bit of soil covering them, right? And then water. Try to be gentle with the water so as not to disturb them. Wash them around and such because they are planted close to the surface. And they're very light. Very thin, just like paper thin, thinner than paper, lighter than paper. There, yeah, so 7 to 14 days I should have some marigolds popping up. And like I said, as soon as they get a few inches tall, you can dig them up, separate them and transplant them easily. They're pretty hardy like that. And they are good for pest control. You see a lot of people talk about them in companion planting and such. I can't vouch for any of that. I haven't seen any evidence of it. But they are a flower. They do look nice. There's different varieties of them. But yeah, some marigolds. Alright, the dog's been working hard. Getting lots done. Making me throw the frisbee instead of getting my work done. Yeah, so here's the potatoes all planted out. I watered the bed a bit, not too much. You don't really have to water potatoes like you would seeds, because the potato is full of water itself. So as long as the soil's not bone dry, right? But yeah, I've covered it with some of my leaf and grass compost. This will help keep the sun off the soil, retain some moisture, and attract the worms and microbes and stuff to come up through the soil. And here I planted out the marigolds, watered them in. Oh, there's a dog, not finished with the frisbee yet. All day, I tell you. If you want to keep busy, get a Malinois. So my peas are coming up, my beets are coming up over there. I have a lot of weeds and stuff, grass coming in. So I'll be pulling out weeds, and I'll be doing a video on that to how to make your free fertilizer, what I do with compost teas. So yeah, I'm pretty much done for the day out here. I've taken up enough of your time and the dogs, so I'll let it go for now. But coming up, I'll be processing biochar in preparation for filling in a raised bed. That raised bed over there in the corner has no dirt in it. It's just hugelkultur and leaf and grass mulch. So I'll be doing that. I'll also be doing a biochar burn. Be doing an update on the pond filter. See how it's working. How well the light's catching it now, but I'm pretty impressed. I think today is day 7. I can see pretty clearly to the bottom. And that's before the biological components of the filter have had time to establish itself. So that's just charcoal cleaning the water, which is brilliant. So yeah, overview of the garden. Oh, the scabs here. They are pretty much done flowering. There's still a few flowers, but they have started putting on fruit. You can see that there. So that is awesome. I love these bushes, and they're looking really good this year. So hopefully they make lots of fruit. I also have, I don't know if you can see in the distance, plenty of dandelions. I'm thinking maybe some dandelion wine, dandelion mead. We'll have to see. That could be a video. But yeah, my friends, if you like what you see, if you enjoy hanging out here in my garden, why don't you subscribe, join me as a friend here on the channel. I'd love to get to know y'all. It's been a great experience so far. Thanks for your time. Give me a thumbs up. Hope you have a great day wherever you are, whenever you watch this. Peace.